What's up guys, Motzi Man back at it again with another banger. Today's going to be a little more of an informational video. I get this question all the time. Am I too short to ride a Supermoto? Am I too tall to ride a Supermoto? Nobody knows the answers. You Google it, you don't really get any pictures, you don't get any videos, you don't get any examples. So what I'm going to do for you today is hop on this thing, we're going to ride around, and I have friends, thankfully, of very diverse heights. Okay, we got some short friends, we got some tall friends, big friends, skinny friends, we got it all. We're going to see how many friends we can collect today to sit on the Supermoto to give you an idea of if you're tall enough to ride it or not. And hopefully that'll give you a better perspective instead of just looking at seat height measurements online and all that nonsense, because it doesn't really give you a good feel. So that's enough yapping for me. How about we get on this thing and get over and find some friends. I think we're gonna go to my short friend's house first because he lives the closest. I believe he's about 5'5", but we're gonna make sure and check it out. See if he's able to get one leg on the ground. We'll see what he's able to do. And I'll also hop off and give you guys a view of how I look, because I personally am 5'11" and a little bit of change, like a 5'11" and a quarter, 5'11" and a half, somewhere around there. And these shoes, pretty standard, high top shoes, nothing crazy. Probably add like half an inch maybe at the most. Oh, I'm a little rusty. Woo! Anyway, like I was saying, I don't think you really need to be able to flat foot both feet on the ground to ride. Really, any bike, I think, as long as you can like keep it over on one foot, or like, I don't know how well you can see here, keep the toes. You know, I'm on a bit of a curved road here, but you can see my heels are maybe like a ½ inch on the ground. If I fully compress the suspension like a ½ inch off of the ground. Oh, a nice Beamer, little i8. But the point is, I have no trouble riding this, being 5'11" and change. And you want to keep in mind also, in case I didn't clarify, this is a Yamaha WR450. And if you look it up, it is actually one of the tallest enduro bikes. And of course, when you convert it to Supermoto, you lose a little bit. You lose, I believe, 4 inches on the front wheel. You go from a 21 to a 17. And on the back, you go from a 18 to a 17, I believe. So you do lose a lot in the front, but not a lot in the back. This bike, personally, I know a lot of other bikes have it too. You can get lowering links, which are gonna make the handling feel a little wonky, but it's gonna drop you down another inch and a half maybe. So that can be really helpful if you're right on that border where you just don't feel comfortable. Maybe try a lowering link to drop that thing down just a little bit further. Anyway, there's also a really good site. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. It gets recommended a lot. I don't remember the name right now, but I'll put it here and I'll put it in the description. That shows you a ton of different vehicles and their seat height and their riding position, like how forward the lean angle is on your handlebars, how high the pegs are, how high the inseam is, coming up to your inseam in like your pants when you're sitting on the bike. And it's a good reference point. I think, you know, it is just like a diagram, but I think it can be helpful. But I'm yapping too much. I'm gonna hurry up and get over to my short friend's house and see what he's up to. That's so mean. He's not just a short friend. He has a name. His name is Matt. All right, let's go. All right, let's see what this guy's up to. This dude comes out here with no dang shoes on, showing me his new airsoft gun. All right, kind of an uneven surface here, but we'll see what he can do. So you're how tall again? 5'5". 5'5". It's in gear, so it shouldn't roll forward or back. We're on a little incline here. Let's see.
I can't touch.
You got the 1 foot down. I mean, is your butt in the middle of the seat?
Yeah. Should I move forward?
No, I mean, it's as low as, like...
Well, I think it's because I'm on a hill. I would touch if I was on a hill.
Like, you could touch right here.
Yeah. But I think it would fall. It's falling.
I got you.
I think if I was on like dude, if it was just 1 inch lower.
Just 1 inch lower, you feel like you could do it? Yeah. That probably hurt. Okay. So, doable maybe if it was 1 inch lower.
Or if I was 1 inch taller.
That too.
The thing is,
yeah.
most people that are short have really long legs.
True.
I do not have that.
You got the...
Very proportional.
Went all to the torso.
Yes. I have very tiny legs.
Schizophrenic and strapped. So 5.5 on a 450, guys. You might need that 1-inch lowering link I was talking about. I think with the lowering link, you'd probably be good. And we are on kind of an uneven surface here. Okay, we moved it to even ground to try it. Once again, 5.5. Not tall shoes or anything. These are just, what, Vans? On the toes, but you can hit both sides on the toes. Are you kind of squishing it down? Does it feel like...
No.
Okay.
I am now.
Like...
But now I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm resting back on it.
Right.
But like, I got control of it.
Yeah, you got control. So if you're on a slope, it might be a little sketchy, but...
So if you're 5.5,
yeah.
good to go.
You'd probably be fine. And not only that, but if... I mean, what do you weigh?
140.
140. So maybe if you're a little shorter and a little heavier, you're also going to be able to probably compress the suspension a bit more and have that rear come down just a bit more. But once you're moving, the height doesn't matter. It's really just coming to a stop that makes it difficult. But yeah, if you had a 1-inch lowering link and you were about 5.5, I think it'd be perfect. So there you have it. 5.5 in the books, 2 tippy toes on the ground, full control. All right, guys, as you can see now, we're onto the 5.11. Take a look down at the feet. Just to give you an idea, when I'm sitting on this thing, I can pretty much flat foot both the feet. Maybe walk around to the other side here so you can see. So you can see left foot's fine, right foot's fine. We're on a bit of a tilted surface, but not too bad. No issue. You can see the suspension is down a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'm about, what, 150? So if you're 5'11", it's gonna work perfect for you. Let's get Cole on here. He's about 6'2". We'll see what he looks like. All right, now we got Cole on here. You're about what, 6'?
6'2".
6'2". 6'2". Got a Crocs, no socks, but you can see flat foot, no problem. How much, like, bounce the suspension a bit? How much is it compressed? Okay, a decent amount. What do you weigh? Probably like
240.
240. Okay, no biggie. You can see though, 6'1", 6'2".
No issue.
No problem. Even if you got Crocs, no socks, you can handle it. All right, let's go to Donnie's house. All right, guys. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of the height differences. You saw the 5'5", you saw the 5'11". We're gonna zoom on over to my buddy's house. I think he's about 6'4", 6'5", 250. I don't know. He's freaking Bradley Martin over here. I'm 6'3", 260. He's a unit. He's a big guy. So we're gonna see how he looks on this thing. I'm sure he can touch, but if you're a bigger guy and you want to know how you'd look on a Supermoto, we got that coming up. Stay tuned. Wheelie intermission. Yeah. Really smoothed out these third gears. Can take corners. Woo! So you're probably what, 6'5"? All right. So if you hop on this, obviously, yeah, you're not gonna have an issue touching the ground, obviously, but. Yeah, a little bit. Well, we tried it on his driveway, but it was tilted a little bit, and then he like was stumbling, and then on flat ground he could barely touch. Does that suspension feel like it's all the way down when you're sitting on it?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much squatted down.
Not all the way.
Just about, yeah. And I mean, you're flat foot both sides, bend in the knee, no issue. Cause what do you weigh? Like
probably 220.
220? Okay. Bradley Martin over here. No, I'm kidding. 260. Bro, I'm 260. So you have no problem whipping that. All right. It's
This is probably the best bike for golf.
I was gonna say, you don't feel too big for it. Okay. Because some big people think they need a 650, like a KLR 650 or
Really?
something a little taller, but yeah, maybe if you're like a little.
The suspension might be chopped. But
Yeah.
Where I am,
And you could tighten that up too. I have it set for a lot less weight.
yeah, this is probably the best bike for its all.
Yeah, because I was saying too, it's pretty much has the highest like ride height of like any enduro bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this is normally a 21, and
Drops it, makes it lower.
yeah,
Oh, shit. Okay.
so this is a 17,
Yeah.
and then it goes from an 18 to a 17 in the back.
Okay.
So you get like 2 inches less.
I thought even with the other tires, it'd be fine.
Yeah, if you're on dirt tires, you'd probably be fine. All right, now you guys know if you're 6'4", 6'5", you got no issue. All right, guys, you saw the big beast on a bike. I think that's about all I got for you. I tried to call a couple girls, but they were busy, or they just think I'm weird and they're annoying me. I don't know. To try and get some variety, but you know, whatever. I think you get the idea. I do think for a bike with this seat height, which I'll pop on the screen because I don't remember it off the top of my head, I think about 5'5", 5.5, somewhere around there would be about the limit. Before, I'm going to say you're probably going to need a lowering link. Even if you're at about 5'5", you're probably going to need a lowering link. But you got to remember too, I've said it a few times, this is one of the taller bikes that is commonly in Supermoto trim. It's up there with the other big Supermotos like the 690s, the Husqvarna 701s. Something like a WR250 is going to be a bit shorter. Something like a DRZ is also noticeably shorter. I've ridden both of those bikes. I couldn't tell you the exact, but they are noticeably shorter. If you really are stuck on a 450, you could go the route of getting the motocross bike and doing the conversion because those tend to be a lot shorter. This is like a trail bike. It's an enduro bike. It's sitting up pretty high. That's just the trade-off you get. So again, sorry I couldn't get the female perspective, but if you're a lady looking to get into supermotos, I think the same rules apply. About 5'5", maybe you have a bit longer legs. Matt, our 5'5" model there, he does have a bit shorter legs. So maybe for 5'5" with longer legs, it might be a little bit easier. You could see he was tiptoeing a bit, but he made it work. And at the end of the day, man, these things are dirt bikes. Like, if you drop it, it is not the end of the world. It's not like dropping your brand new, nice 600 with all the plastics. You know, it's a dirt bike. You can get all these plastics for dirt cheap, and who cares? You know, it's a dirt bike. It ain't supposed to be pretty. Let's see if these knee knockers are getting any better. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Does anyone else always go right in a knee knocker? I feel like I'm fighting the pull to the right all the time. Woo-hoo! So moral of the story, guys, even if you're short, you can still do cool wheelies and have a really good time. Woo! So that's gonna wrap it up for today. I do want to say too, sorry for the lack of GoPro videos this summer. I had a lot of just crazy stuff happen in my life. And my like entire GoPro mic setup was busted. I bought a new adapter, I bought a new mic, until I figured out that the USB port on my actual GoPro was broken. But it was only broken to the point where the GoPro could charge, but it couldn't detect a microphone. So I literally had like three really good vlogs worth of footage from Chicago, from lean back. You can see the gloves, I was there. And I was just really frustrated because all of that footage was just pure wind noise. I was talking the whole time, some crazy stuff was happening, and it was just all wind noise. So that was really frustrating. So really sorry for the lack of content on that, guys, but we got this new GoPro Hero 10. Hopefully this mic sounds okay. And I got this USB port protected like crazy. I am not gonna break another one of these because these GoPros are not cheap and I do not want to have to buy another one. So I hope this was informative. If you ever have a buddy who isn't sure about buying a Supermoto or thinks he might be too short, or maybe your girlfriend wants a Supermoto and she thinks she might be too short, send her this. It's a good reference point. And I'll also direct you to that site that I mentioned earlier. Gonna pop it up again here. I keep forgetting, but it has a great information on how tall seat heights are for a lot of different bikes, and I believe they do have some Supermotos. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna try and get a few more videos out here before the snow falls. Drop a like if this was helpful. Let me know in the comments how tall you are or what you ride, how you make it work. Let me know, because I am curious and I will respond to everything. Drop a subscribe if you're new. I will get some great videos out for you guys, that I can promise. We're gonna do a full review on this thing, pros, cons, after 2 years of ownership and all that good stuff. So be sure to watch out for that. Until then, it has been Matzi Man, guys. Peace out.